And we're following the theme of get smart and be prepared, and we'll be talking about the things that an organisation needs to do in order to prepare themselves for a forthcoming digital transformation. We're one of the few providers that spans across the board, so we have skills both in CRM and all of the customer facing aspects as well. So that includes website, it includes apps. And that gives us a unique position as we're able to understand the integration right at the core, and we don't have to work with other parties and other teams in order to be able to put it together. What that leads to is it leads to a very succinct system, and it leads to systems which have a core solid data source where there's only essentially one copy of your data and one copy of your business logic, and that means you can provide a succinct customer service across all aspects of your organisation. So we're a Microsoft based house, so most of our offerings are based around Dynamics 365, on which we have a Lego based toolkit, we like to call it, which are the essential building blocks for a NFP organisation. They include everything from fundraising to grants to membership to e-commerce, and you essentially cherry pick the bits that you need, and then we use little micro Lego bricks to layer on the bits which are unique to you. The whole idea of the Lego brick concept is that you can have it your way. What we find is that organisations have to be unique in order to survive. We find there are essentially three strands which people are finding challenging. They kind of fall into the category of what I would call people, process, data. Now there is work that you can do to prepare for each of those before a large project, but the challenges tend to sink into those areas, particularly with people that are running legacy systems. And one of my favourite myth quotes is from Henry Ford, who said, "If I'd have asked them what they wanted, they'd have told me a faster horse." And that's absolutely true when you're looking at technology projects. And what we find is it's better to focus on the objectives than the specifics of what it should functionally do. That means the organisation has a chance to learn and understand the new technology before they say it must have a button here and a widget here. Because often if you've been working with something that's say 10 or 15 years old, it moves so fast that what you originally believe is the right answer, you realise can be done in a completely radically different way, and in sometimes doesn't even need to be done at all. People are always keen to tell you what is painful for their job. So talk to them about their current processes and talk to them about what's painful, and it generally flows quite quickly. And when you get an understanding of that, you can start to identify somebody who has an understanding across the organisation for where the pain in those processes are. And that's great preparation. And I think by starting by looking at your people, process and data, you actually set the ground for the objectives and the direction you want your organisation to go in. And we particularly feel that they should be led by strategy and then develop into what we would call a continuous improvement model, so that you're not just thinking about the project, you're actually thinking about, well, what are we doing for the next 5 years and what are we doing for the next 10 years?